Today we'll be focusing on the importance of cultural competence and the need for a teacher to be culturally competent, especially when there is possible cultural discontinuity.
So, what is cultural competence? It is understanding and integrating other people's culture and realizing that these different cultures would make each person unique and viable to the world around us.
Here is a brief explanation from Carol D. Lee who will help make this topic more clear.
Educators, I think, have an ethical responsibility to deeply understand the young people with whom they work. I think that if you are teaching someone's child, in some way you need to know the family, you need to know something about the neighborhood in which the child resides. You need to understand the variety of both challenges and opportunities that are part of that child's life, because what it does is to give you a kind of repertoire of possibilities in terms of how you can connect with kids.
In order to fully grasp this concept, we will show you a parent-teacher conference that will reveal a deeper understanding of cultural competence and its effect on children and their families. Oh, hi, Carol.
Hi.
I'm glad you could make it in today.
Thank you for having me. I do have a few concerns about my daughter going to school here, though.
Well, I am glad to help. What might these concerns be?
My daughter has been going to school in a private Spanish-speaking school, and I'm afraid that as she goes to this mainly English school, she will have a difficult time with instructions and will feel like she doesn't belong to this community.
I completely understand your concern. We want to avoid her from experiencing discontinuity because of this bias held for mainstream culture norms. My goal in my classroom is to include and learn about how students from different cultures contribute to our classroom. I want to make her feel included and help her show her uniqueness.
I'm so glad to hear that. That does make me feel a little better about her coming to this school. I am still a little concerned about the students and what they will think of her.
I can tell you that I will do my very best to be open-minded and try not to make assumptions based on her culture. I cannot guarantee that the other students will not make assumptions about her. However, I do conduct my classroom in a way that expects the students to be respectful to each other and to include everyone. Okay.
Oh, hi, Carol. Hi.
I'm glad you can make it in today.
Thank you for having me. I do have a few concerns about my daughter going to school here.
I am glad to help you. What might these concerns be?
My daughter has been going to a school in private Spanish-speaking school, and I'm afraid that as she goes to this mainly English school, she will have a difficult time with instructions and will feel like she doesn't belong in this culture.
Well, I completely understand your concern, but your daughter is constantly avoiding participation in class. In order for her to receive a good grade, she needs to be more talkative during discussion. Also, when I ask her questions, she sometimes ignores the question. She needs to try harder to adjust to the culture norms here in my classroom.
I'm sorry to hear that she isn't participating as much as you'd like her to. Where we come from, talking too much is a sign of disrespect. I want my daughter to feel like she belongs in your classroom. Is there any way that you could make more time to getting to know her?
Unfortunately, I have a strict lesson plan, and I don't have extra time to learn about every student's culture. I hope she adjusts well to my teaching style.
In the first example, the teacher was willing to understand and adjust to the student's needs, while in the second, the teacher wanted the student to adjust to the teacher's classroom. As future teachers, it is important to recognize students' cultures in order to teach them accordingly. Also, teachers should be cautious about making assumptions.
So thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us.